So let's talk also about Hanselminutes. That's your podcast. Why did you start it? When did you start it? And who is it for?
So the idea of a Hansel Minute was a teasing that a friend of mine named Travis Illig came up with. Travis said, when I used to give really bad estimates, and he would say, well, is that a regular minute or a Hansel Minute? Because I would say it'd be done in 20 minutes, right? And so someone said, there's a lot of podcasts out there that are basically just two dudes on Skype, and people go on for hours, right? You know, we've all listened to those podcasts. With all due respect to those people who know who they are, you know, it's like the morning zoo of podcasts, you know, and we're back on the morning zoo, you know, and the next thing you know, they're number 3 on iTunes podcasts. But I'm not bitter. So thinking about Hanselminutes and trying to maximize one's time, I thought about a theoretical person who is just trying to keep up, trying to go to their job at, you know, Aflac or wherever, and they got a 9 to 5, and they drive to work, or they bus to work, or they train to work, and they come back, and there's wasted time there. There's 30 minutes of wasted commute. What if I could put together a show that wasn't two dudes on Skype, but that was interesting people talking about interesting tech that you haven't worked on, right? You maybe have a corporate job, or maybe you're working on just Java or only Ruby. What if I gave you a show that was everything else but that? And people you've never heard of, that you've never seen, that you've never met, that you maybe would never bump into, and then tighten it up, no chatter, 30 minutes tight, and do it every Thursday. And I've done it every Thursday for the last 553 Thursdays. And as I said when I was talking to Joel Spolsky last week, I have finally gotten to the point after 500 plus shows that I am now officially proud of this show. You click on archives up there at the top, and just scroll down right there at the top, archives, scroll down just a bit, and just drink in all these freaking cool people from all over the world talking about the cool stuff that they're making. There's startup people, there's VCs, there's comic book artists, there's the CTO of NASA, there's CEO of iFixit, JavaScript experts, and functional programmers, and educate. I mean, this just goes on, and you're only 50 in. You know what I mean? This is it goes on forever. So this is a really, you can just stop now. Thank you very much. This is a really good show. Now, the first 300 maybe were a little rough, but the last 200 were rock solid. So I am exceedingly proud of that show and those people. And one of the other cool things is that I tend to catch people right before they become famous. You know what I mean? Like if enough people go on enough shows, eventually you're like, oh, that person became famous and that person became famous. So like Kimberly Bryant from Black Girls Code, was just getting started when he had her on the show. And now she's got a global phenomenon, My show had nothing to do with it, but I feel like I caught her at the beginning of the bell curve.